Greenville, South Carolina. Y'all know Greenville at?
Yeah.
This man is a busy man. He's so excited. I'm honored to welcome him. My first time meeting him, man. He got a great spirit. I want to give it up for Curtis Lavon. Come on.
Hey. How y'all doing? Good. My name, like you said, is Curtis Lavon. I represent the Underground Word Club. If you've been traveling behind back there, we gotta, squeeze and get through. If you're seeing some sweatshirts, hoodies that say UWC, that is my brand, the Underground Word Club. I personally stitched those, hand stitched. Every hoodie, every sweatshirt that's back there. So I would love y'all support. Even just look at it and say, hey, that's dope. I would love that. All right. Secondly, this is my first time in Charlotte performing. And I had no idea I was walking into all this talent in this room. The two biggest days of a man's life, one is when he's born, the other, can y'all tell me when?
When he finds out why. When he finds out why.
When he finds out why. Very, very important. Very, very important. Bigger than a lot of things. So I witnessed silent salt sunk in her heart, which is the source of her wounds. And it's followed by lonely nights that my mother would band-aid with family breakfast, pancakes, and OJ, but I would notice that her and my father would never pass the butter to each other. For I was born in a place where my living room changed into a geographic war zone, and my bedroom transformed into a boxing platform, and the house would carry a concentration camp type tension. For manipulation and hurt, they leave Fresh Prince. And the melodies of forgiveness gets thrown out the front door as Uncle Phil would do, because his mouth too jazzy and her finger snapping call to arm swinger undermines his will. But as a child, I was still B2 at the time. And my mother was 2 jobs and 2 times a woman before those 2 nurses told her to push. So she prayed until something happened, and ta-da! A son with his father's resemblance equals a constant reminder of his absence. Now her passion to reside next to God got her busting suds in this same sink he served his crackhead to fix, and it dawned on her she longed for her man's palm mile of hands to cleanse her insecurities and cascade around her inner dreams of family again. She sees seen reflections of a single mother in that same sink, and she begins to think between the margins that our family has been parted like what barbers used to give you, or those pictures that I would draw and I would send through her on her visits to the yard, because remembering is so hard when the heart is so scarred, so it just sinks. Behind smiles in front of fake coworkers, it just sinks. When she's encouraging herself in the mirror, it just sinks. When my mother grew tired of bullets and being armed with batteries, see, that minor satisfaction became the satisfaction of her night. For she was lied to. While I lied in and relied on her vessel for strength, I found stress. Carried a hole for keys, praying that your key will tickle our apartment doors up. And your void in the house will be filled with old picture phone albums or Mary J. Blige's computer Pandora stations. The room still sinks, even as she recalls memories of making eggs on weekends when you awoke feeling weakened from your previous night drinking. She still would greet you with a smile. Now it takes 2 times the muscles as the gravity and her facial expressions just... I'll be 10 by the time you drop me off at school. Probably 11 by the time you paid for my first birthday party and even tucked me in that night, but I'm all right. Because my presence reminds mommy to stay home, and her friend's friend got a friend to fix her up with, but she can't because her eyes are fixed on you in the form of early mornings trying to get me potty trained. Her mind is stuck on you in the form of sticky notes around the house so I can recognize letters. This letter is for you. But the message that she will not sink into the poor woman statistic living off government assistance. This queen is now buying a house. She will not sink. She will sleep in peace through the storm. Ask Jesus, then ask Jesus to turn that same sink into a basin to cleanse our family's feet and redemption. For even in the absence of daddy, our sons I'm from the okay generation. The okay generation. Everything's okay. We got no groceries. It's okay. We gotta light candles because we don't have electricity. It's okay. You gotta stay at your cousin's house because eviction notice on the door. But it's okay. Your daddy left us for another woman. But it's okay. So I grew up with the stigma that everything is just okay. But that is not supernatural living. It's called higher. And we are called to love. Living like it's okay causes us to run away from love. Like this. So I just run away, run away, run away, run away. While I'm holding on desperately, I will run away, run away, run away, run away from love. They say God is love. You and I are from him. You see, my job as a poet is to spit the paradox of you, recognizing the redirection so you can re-become him, because you were handcrafted in the image of God. You see, God is not physical. He's spirit. So that last line could not mean liver, ovaries, vessels, and estrogen. It meant L-O-V-E, the nature of God. You have the value of his image stuffed inside you. So why do you question his love? Probably because from the time that I was born, I thought that I needed you to love me. So in your stead, insulated hands would strap me to the left shoulders and the leftover sweat that my father would secrete in efforts to make another me. But he ain't know it. It's a spiritual thing, and I was baptized in the fluids of baby. It's been a while, and I communed in the episodes of Married with Children, sitcom. I tell a vision of she clinging to he, and his love is to raise bud for end zones of fright while Sinatra sings the theme song. It's love, marriage. And they say this thing is 50-50 and a whole lot of work, and a man who don't work don't eat. We've wrapped spiritual language around the world's way. Wait. See, God is love. And God made Adam in his image and reflection, and sometime on day 9, Adam woke up from a nap with an erection like, God, what should I do with this? So God made Eve. Is that what we believe? No, we just manifested in our actions. There is no other voice on this earth that has been more perverse than the one that I referenced. My definition of manhood could not be of God because it was at the expense of your response to me. See, I was around 8 when I found a pornographic VHS cassette in my father's entertainment deck, and there the seed was planted. Soiled by promiscuous women without identity and photosynthesized by locker room bragging rights, and now I'm coached and I'm developed by the lie. And what's worse is I think I know what a man is, considering myself well seasoned after all them soul ties. I turn roadside assistants. Let me break this down. See, God is love. And God made Curtis not from clay, but crafted him in his image to walk in him and to be in complete fullness of him. And he looked at Curtis and said, it is not good that you be alone. He didn't take another piece of clay. He took the understanding that 2 is a better 1. So when Eve is with Curtis, this is because the fullness of God in Curtis, not the need of Curtis. See, Eve was created by God to be loved by God through Curtis, and in that relationship she opens herself to what edifies in total trust and unity, and Curtis meets her in that place where 2 become 1. It's a spiritual thing. But I've turned it into one-night stands that I'm too ashamed to talk about, and double-book hotel hideout, single thrills with back-to-back orgasms. I've wrapped spiritual language around the world's way. And with all this excitement in my life, what would be left for my wife? She wants something a little deeper than it's been a couple days, honey, ain't it? She gonna need something a little more than remember them things you used to do to me. She requires I love you. And there's no one else I can be in this with because I've given myself to you with all that is mine is yours. That's two souls, one mind. That's two wills, one goal. That's two emotional makeups rendering themselves to the common cause of love.